The transition period between Great Britain and the EU ends at the end of 2020. If there is no agreement on future trade relations by then, there is a risk of an unregulated Brexit. British transport companies in particular are very worried. Despite advertising campaign and government website, many British companies are unsure how to prepare for the end of the Brexit transition phase on December 31st. Now the government is applying pressure. David Catt has been importing vegetables to Great Britain for almost 50 years. Cucumbers, tomatoes, salads from the continent to Kent and from there to the whole kingdom. He fears mega traffic jams in his county around Dover and days of delays at the border. If that happens, I can close my shop, says David Catt. 24 hours are a long time in a life on our products. We ordered something from Holland this morning. It will be here tomorrow morning at 2 o'clock. Will be loaded and delivered straight away. If that no longer works, my entire business will collapse, said David Catt, a UK freight forwarder. The government fears that after the end of the Brexit transition period, up to 7,000 trucks will stand in the way around Dover, regardless of whether there is still a deal or not. And the number 7,000 is maybe even low. I often hear the other number of 12,000 trucks a day. Most truck drivers just won't have the right papers with them, says Cabinet Secretary Michael Gove. Our scenario assumes that only 50 to 70% of the large companies and 20 to 40% of the small ones are ready for the strict import controls of the EU. That could mean that between 30 and 60% of the truck drivers do not have the necessary documents with them, have to turn around and clock the crossing from Dover to Calais, said Michael Gove, British Cabinet Secretary. If the business world prepares itself properly, that can be avoided, adds Goves. And this makes the anger of transport companies even more angry. It is the government that is not properly prepared, complains Rob Mackenzie of the Association of Transport Companies. 8 different IT systems have to be running for everything to work. At the moment, however, you are still testing. Everything should have happened long ago. Everyone who works with IT systems knows that it takes time. You don't wait until the end of the last minute, said Rob Mackenzie from the UK Haulage Association. Dozens of government departments with up to 100 different IT systems have to come together to enable smooth freight traffic at the border. In the first few days after the new year, a Friday, it might not be that bad, according to a government analysis, but after that, as the volume increases, considerable disruptions can be expected. Even in the Conservative camp, there are doubts whether their own government will get the problem under control in time. Roger Gale, a Tory MP from Kent, fears that this is all too complicated. Let's take a truck driver from Lithuania who has to get along with these systems and whose first language is not exactly English. If in doubt, he will end up in a parking lot in Kent, in my constituency, said Roger Gale. The government's latest idea is the Kent Pass, a permit for truck drivers to enter the county towards Dover only after they have completed all the necessary paperwork. But even that would not help the truck drivers from Lithuania very much. For Roger Gale, the Conservative MP from Kent, there is only one solution: an agreement. But this would require a compromise on both sides. Michel Barnier has to get off his high horse, says Roger Gale, and 1 or 2 people in the British government. And if you now want to know more about European politics, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß and Vassello Provesti Čas.